Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, I know this is out of character. I know it is. I know it is. I know it's out of character. I don't come on during this time. I know that. I know I don't. I usually save all this for Tuesday night, but I had to get it while the fire is hot. So here I am on a Sunday afternoon at a crazy time, 3:50. I'm not expecting a lot of people because I usually kind of promote it, but I just had to jump in where I wanted to. I realize that a lot of my podcast brothers are on live right now, so I'm not expecting a big crowd. Just whosoever will, let them come. Welcome to the Big Time Show podcast. I guess you want to say somewhat of a special edition of it here on a Sunday afternoon. Um, if you're a Cowboy fan, you just finished watching the preseason game against the Jacksonville Jaguars, and of course we lost because we just always lose preseason games. That's, of course, you like to win games. You play to win the game, no doubt about that. But we're not about to, go completely cuckoo over us losing preseason games. However, since the preseason is now officially over, I'm not going to be with y'all long at all because I know some of you watching other games and all that. I just want to know how y'all feel about it. I mean, and I'm talking about this whole preseason game. I'm not even talking about today, even though there's a couple things we could talk about. I'll save that for Tuesday, but I have to admit to you guys, I know that a lot of our guys have not played this off season. I realize that. I realize that Dak hadn't played. I realize Ezekiel Elliott has not played. I understand that. I understand that Smith has really not played. Tyron Smith and Lyle Collins and Zach Martin. I get it, and I understand they make a difference. But there are some things that I'm not happy about because I'm still seeing some of the same things. And if this is what it's going to be like, we're in trouble. I'm just going to go and tell you that now. And I know the season ain't started and optimism is in the air and all that kind of stuff. Look, let me get the big picture out of the way. Here's what we learned about preseason. We better not have no major injury. Because if we have an injury, the season is over. It's the preseason has proved that, especially offensively. Dak can't get hurt. If Dak gets hurt, whether it's Cooper Rush, whether it's Gilbert, whether it's DiNucci, if Dak gets hurt, we might as well start getting ready for the draft. That's what we learned again. So we didn't really improve because the quarterback play, it just depends on how you look at it. Cooper Rush probably looks a little better than Gilbert. It is what it is. But that really ain't saying nothing. Just because Cooper Rush is better than Gilbert and Ben DiNucci, that's really not saying nothing. It's not. Our offensive lineman. I'm sorry, I'm just not looking at the comments. Hey, E. Kush, I'm sorry, bro. What's going on? I'm glad E. Kush in the house. I see Miss Ty has entered in on Podbean. Let me tell you something. If our offensive line go down, we in trouble, y'all. I've watched the preseason games. I've seen them. We in trouble. And to think that our offensive linemen are not gonna get hurt is really asking for a lot. I pray to God that they don't get hurt. Well, let me tell you something. If Tyron Smith goes down, we're in trouble. If Zach Martin goes down, we're in trouble. Lyle Collins already down. I don't know. I told you. Look, he stayed. I mean, he's so young and he just can't stay on the field. And you already heard now with a little supposed stinger. Stingers just don't just go away. They without proper rest. Let me put it that way. And let me tell you something. If we have an offensive line injury, depending on where it is, let me stop there. If Connor Williams, or Tyler Baldass or Beadass or whatever you say his last name, if they get hurt, we still got somewhat of a chance because Connor McGovern will step in. I like Connor McGovern a whole lot. He can play. And some would argue and say that he's even better than Connor Williams right now. Some would argue and say that. Let me tell you something. Other than Connor McGovern jumping in, I noticed I didn't say Zach Martin because Zach Martin can't be replaced. That's a Hall of Fame type guard. You just don't plug. You losing something tremendous when you lose somebody like Zach Martin. You don't replace guys like that. They're special. They're different. Connor Williams can be replaced. I don't think that if McGovern goes in, I believe that he can fill in the gap. But everybody else, if one of them go down, we're in trouble. I'm just telling you. Kellen Moore, I understand. I said this yesterday. I understand that the offense is vanilla. I understand that you really can't put a lot of value into that because it's going to be totally different. But what I saw in the preseason was the same thing I saw in the regular season. I saw more passing than running. I saw, the same slant patterns. I saw Same comeback curl pattern, I mean, yeah, I mean, y'all saw, you may have seen it differently, and I'm not coming against you at all. I'm just saying, I'm not excited, y'all. I'm not excited. I'm not excited. Defensively, a lot of you guys love the rookies that we have, and Boss Man Fat and Nashawn Wright and Jabril Cox, and the E guys. Let me say something. Nashawn Wright and Boss Man Fat played today, and they got toasted by some. I mean, I don't know if Jacksonville had they number ones in or whatever. I really could care less. But all I know is they got toasted today easily. And a lot of people want one of those two to actually start alongside of Mr. Diggs that's on the other side. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. He could say his boss man left the game with a hamstring injury. That's not good. We all know that hamstrings they linger. So he got a little more than 2 weeks to get that ready. If not, just leave him out until it's fully healed. He might miss the first game. Who knows? Depending on the severity of it. But all I saw is they got baked today. Gave up big plays. Rookies. I don't know. Jabril Cox was, in my opinion, today the only real bright spot on defense. I think he had almost about 8 tackles or so. Very fast to the ball. Great contact. Guys like that. He could say his number 33, which is Burden, got worked over the bad. I don't even think he makes the team. So I ain't really worried about him. And if he does make the team, I mean, he only going to be making it from a special team standpoint. That's it. He won't be getting on the field as a cornerback at all. He got totally annihilated today. Totally destroyed. So whatever momentum he may have had coming into the game, it died today. So I'm not impressed. Jabril Cox had a great game as far as I'm concerned. He shows that he can cover. He can hit you also, for sure. I think he missed one tackle later in the game. He did miss a tackle and guy got by, but other than that, he had a pretty good game. When are the cuts due by? I don't know Kush the exact day, but I do know it's a lot of guys about to have their dreams broken. There's a lot of cuts that have to go on between now and September the 9th when we play Tampa. So there's no sense of talking about it now. We don't really know what we really have at all because we haven't seen it, which could be a good thing, depending on the guys, depending on how they come out. Based off what I saw yesterday, most of you saw Tampa Bay's highlights, at least, of their game on yesterday. And Mr. Brady and the offense looked like they're in mid-season form already. I know if you saw the highlights, you saw how well that offense was moving. Just like a machine. So Brady already looks like he's in mid-season form already. Their offense was clicking, and we don't know what our defense is doing because we ain't seen them all. Which means we better be ready because Mr. Brady will be ready for us. Ball's coming out quick. I'm talking about 3-step drop, the ball is gone. So a lot of these dreams that we're going to put him on his back, the ball already going to be out. So, I mean, I'm just, I'm just saying. We don't know really what the defense really is like because we haven't seen the defense. We haven't seen Gregory and D-Law together. We haven't seen those 3 linebackers out there. We haven't seen the secondary at full capacity. We've seen little small glimpses of it. So we really don't know. There's my optimism for the day. We haven't, as E. Cush just said, let me put his comment up because even though I'm going off on the offense, the fact still is true, exactly what E. Cush is saying here. Said we haven't seen our offense yet. I hope we come out clicking. Let me say this. If you're going against Tampa down there, you better come out clicking if you want to win the game. Based off that defense is going to be ready to play and based off what I seen from Tampa last night as far as offensive plays goes, they're going to put some points on the board. We can't come out here having 3 straight 3-and-out drives and all that kind of stuff. We're going to be in trouble. I can tell you that right now. So we can't afford to come out slow. The Chargers are going to put up. The Chargers are going to put points on the board. See, we can't afford. We just can't. The schedule dictates that we got to go ahead and score. If we talking about winning now, we can't. We just can't. Hey, Kel, the conscience is here. Exactly. That's what I said earlier. That everybody got to stay healthy because what we have seen, without a doubt, whether it's second string players or third string players, what we learned in preseason, if you want to put it in a bubble, if you want to, I'm in doctoral school. In our papers, we had to have a thesis statement. So if you want a thesis statement, here's the thesis statement. It kind of echoes what Kevin said, if you want to hear earlier. We have no choice but to stay healthy because if we don't, we're in trouble. The preseason showed me that. I don't know what it showed you guys. The preseason showed me that if certain players go down, we might as well start preparing for the 2022 draft. If that goes down, let's start scouting now. Season will be over with. We're not going to win with Cooper Rush. Sorry. We're not going to win with Mr. Gilbert. I've seen enough. Okay? I've seen enough. I was behind Gilbert at the beginning of the preseason. I've seen enough. We're not going to win with Gilbert. We're not going to win with Cooper Rush. And we for sure is not going to win with Ben DiNucci. And speaking of Ben DiNucci, if he is not cut, I don't know what. I don't know. I don't get it. Now, a lot of people saying they put him on the practice squad for what? He's not better than Gilbert is. Why should Ben DiNucci, other than politics and Mike McCarthy loving him like he's a child or something, other than that, I don't get why the man is even still on the roster. He's not better than Gilbert. He's not. He's not better than Gilbert at all. And he should be off this team. Why? Because he is flat out horrible. He is a Walt Disney World pickup backyard football player. That's about the best check I can come up with right now. He's a save a lot first team All-American. Ben, I've seen enough. I don't know what they seeing in Dallas, whatever they seeing, their eyes are lying. Ben DiNucci is a Kroger um, cereal aisle, first team, all world quarterback. Look, you wouldn't even put Ben DiNucci as your quarterback playing video games. That's how bad it is. You wouldn't even put, and you had control over him in the video game. You wouldn't even do it. You wouldn't do it. You wouldn't put Ben DiNucci on your team. Period. I don't know how. I don't know what's taking so long. Gilbert is better than Ben DiNucci. So now is the question. Okay, we should know that Ben DiNucci should not be on this roster. However, let's argue just for a second the possibility of him being on the practice squad. Now, in fairness to Ben DiNucci, what we can give him credit for is really this, is that he is athletic. Okay? So when you go down our schedule, when you start talking about the Jalen Hurts of Philadelphia, when you start talking about, I think we have Arizona this year, so Kyler Murray. If you're talking about really competing, you got to see Aaron Rodgers, who's athletic still. You got to see Russell Wilson, who's still athletic. These guys move around the pocket, and in Kevin says DiNucci should be cut tomorrow morning. No, they should have just let him be cut as soon as he walked in the locker room. They should have told Ben, Mr. DiNucci. They should have said, "Don't even take a shower, man. Just get your bag and just walk right on to your car. Just don't even no. Ain't no reporter talking to you anyway, so nobody want to talk to you. Just look. The cameras will be somewhere else. You just grab your bag. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing to you anyway. Just go on, get your bag, keep your jersey on. We'll let you have the jersey as a momentum, as a memo, something you can hang on your wall. But don't grab the playbook. Leave the playbook in your locker. Get your bag. Don't no, you don't need no bar soap. No, because you're not taking a shower. No, you get your keys to your car. If you didn't drive, get an Uber and Uber your way right on out of here, and tell your agent that you're available, to tell the other 31 teams that you're available, practice squad or whatever. The argument for Dallas Cowboys is, do you want to keep him as your practice squad quarterback, considering that, just in case you don't know, the scout team does, what they do is run the other team's offense. So you need a good look. Hey, James Godley, on YouTube. Appreciate you, man. So do you want to keep him because he can, I give him credit for this, he can give you a look better than Gilbert. Gilbert can move too, but he's not as athletic as Ben DiNucci. And these guys will be going against first team defense in practice every day, or when they get to the 11-on-11s. That's the only question about Ben DiNucci. As far as him making a 53-man roster, I don't know. Which leads to this question. Because of Dak, okay? This is why I'm feeling bad about DiNucci, because I believe politics is gonna come in. If we're not carrying Ben DiNucci, if he gets cut, are we gonna sign another quarterback? Because I don't think you want to go into the season with just two. it's not usually two quarterbacks. At least with our team, it's always been three. Now, Coach McCarthy comes in, really just learning things. Now, he drafted DiNucci, of course, and wanted him there. But that's what also scares me. If we got three quarterbacks, are they going to keep being DiNucci? That's the $1 million question to me. But I'm going back to my original statement. If that goes down, we're in trouble. Ben DiNucci, all my guys, I mean, I think Conscious and E. Cushion are saying, as you can see in the chat box there, they're saying the same thing. DiNucci is horrible. I mean, it's nothing. Hey, Mike, appreciate you popping in. He's horrible. He's horrible. He's ridiculous. He is some garbage. He's trash. He's Rudy Poot. He's below average. He's ridiculous. He's shysterous on the football field. I got some other words, but I don't know if I can say all of them. But he's y'all understand what I'm saying. He's just raggedy. You know what I'm saying? He's raggedy. He really is. He really is. There's no positive that I can give Ben DiNucci. I just can't. I don't care nothing about the little touchdown pass he threw today. I can't. He believe he has such a rocket arm that he can throw from any angle. He can throw from sideways with no base when throwing the ball. He primarily throws the ball backwards and off his heels, off his back foot, off his heels, off his big toe, off his little toe. I just can't. I can't. I just feel like he's gonna make the team. I just believe he's gonna make the team. I really do. There's politics involved. Let's pray to God he don't hit the field like he did last year. So that means that everybody got to stay healthy. Because if Ben DiNucci end up going to the game, it's going to be a sad situation. I think you can get by just a little bit with Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush is adequate enough to keep the offense going, but the whole philosophy of a defense would change if Cooper Rush is in the game. What you'll see is that if Cooper Rush is our starter, what you're going to have, we're going to go back to the old school. The defense coordinator is going to stack the box, destroy Ezekiel Elliott, and dare Cooper Rush to beat him throwing the football. And I don't think Cooper Rush can do that. At least with Dak in the game, you got to respect Dak. So you don't know what's coming. You got to respect Dak. Nobody will respect Cooper Rush. Nobody will respect Ben DiNucci. Matter of fact, defensive coordinators would love for them to throw the football because they know they're going to get it back. At least in Ben DiNucci's case. Ben DiNucci will have the way that he plays football. Ben DiNucci would be almost kind of like Jameis Winston was in Tampa when he was there. There was some that said that Jameis Winston could have votes for being the offensive player of the year and the defensive player of the year at the same time. That's how bad when Jameis threw for 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions. The same could be, well, it's not going to be the same. Ben DiNucci would be a candidate if he ever become a full starter as the defensive player of the year because he gives so many turnovers. He's the cause of so many turnovers that it would be actually 10 on 12. You get scary every time Ben DiNucci back up, getting ready to throw the football. You almost close your eyes. because you already anticipating the worst. When he completes a pass, it's almost shocking to you. Actually, it really is. When he threw the touchdown pass today, it shocked some of y'all, didn't it? I know it did. It shocked me. It shocked me. I couldn't even get hyped. When he threw the touchdown pass today, it had to shock some of you. Yeah, exactly, Kevin. Kevin Carr just brought up a tremendous point. I love this. I ain't even thought of that. See, this is why I like my brothers in here. Kevin said, our baggers make Kennedy like an all-pro. Exactly. All this talk about Maurice Kennedy, I would love to know who the quarterback was when he was getting all these interceptions in practice. Was it Ben DiNucci? Ben DiNucci may be responsible for Maurice Kennedy making this football team. All these little interceptions Kennedy had, who was it against? Who was it? It's either two choices. He was either against Gilbert or Ben DiNucci, one or the other. Yeah, he could say Trevor Lawrence had his best game of the preseason all day. They threw their first touchdown today. They scored, I think they ain't scored a touchdown the whole preseason. We made Trevor Lawrence look like the second coming of Peyton Manning today. He came out there just on fire. Just what he won, 11 for 12 and 2 touchdowns. I mean, we make guys look that, have had a rough time. We came out flat. There was no energy in the building. There was no energy on the team. I mean, it was just a horrible performance today. Horrible. It's not it was just horrible. Yeah, it was. It was, Ekus. We made Trevor Lawrence look like he was gonna be a first team all pro today. We made if that's their last preseason game, they're very happy today. The Jacksonville Jaguars are a very happy football team because I guarantee you Urban Meyer's gonna say this is the kind of momentum that we need headed into week 1. That's what he's gonna tell his team. That's what he's gonna tell the press. That's what I would say. And it's all because these guys, I don't get it. Trevor Lawrence looked like he was just done. Exactly. Kevin say look like a future Hall of Famer, which he very well may be, but he ain't looked this good the whole preseason. I mean, he didn't. He had to go to the Clemson days when he was doing this same thing like this. But my God, I don't get it. I don't get it. So basically, what I'm trying to tell y'all is this. I hope the guys get it together in these more than 2 weeks. A little more than 2 weeks. That's it for the preseason. We got over 2 weeks to prepare for Tampa Bay. What's up, Newt? I see Derek Watson. Yeah, I mean, just horrible. Y'all see what my frat brother just said. Yeah, let me put it up for you. I get it, but we look horrible. We look horrible. Not that I was, really hung up on it, but there's just a certain way you're supposed to be looking by now. And I realize that it was the last preseason game and most starters don't play anyway. I get that. But our starters are the ones that are starting haven't looked good preseason at all. We ain't scored no points in preseason. I think we scored 14 points. 2 touchdowns, I think. There's a certain way that you're supposed to be looking. Energy. There's a certain way that your offense is supposed to be moving. There's a certain way that your defense ought to be playing coming into the season. We look like we did last year. I ain't gonna say that because the run defense, of course, is tremendously horrible. But I'm saying there's no. Y'all may see it differently. Let me put it that way. Y'all may see it differently. I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. Yeah, exactly, Derek. Noob said that Cowboys too scared to play starters. As fragile as we've been in injury, Noob, I don't know if we need to play them or not. I think they may need to sit down. Look like every time somebody got there, they get hurt. We can't afford too many injuries. In certain spots, we can't. I'm looking at the 49ers play. Do y'all see if you watching the 49er Raider game, I just want y'all to see the energy that's on the field. I didn't see this with us. Mike ever say the Cowboys consider any quarterback as starting is ready to come in here after cut down day. But here's the thing, Mike. I believe politics is still involved. There's still so much talking about being DiNucci, being the scout team quarterback. That means you got to have 3 quarterbacks. One will go to the practice squad. There's so much talk now. They're trying to campaign for him being the scout team quarterback. And I'm saying Gilbert is better than he is. Why I got to be DiNucci? DiNucci don't deserve a jersey, man. DiNucci don't deserve shoulder pads. DiNucci don't even deserve to be on the Madden football game. I'm just saying, get here. Look, DiNucci needs to go play in the Arena League. James Garley, exactly. Look, he needs to go to the Arena League where he will probably be a first team all Arena League quarterback. His game fits that. The Canadian Football League wouldn't want Ben DiNucci. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Huh? Look, y'all remember, some of y'all too young. Y'all remember the football games that you could play with cards, you can roll the dice and pick your player and do all that kind of stuff. Ben DiNucci wouldn't even be wanted there. Y'all, I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. Ben DiNucci can't even, if you were playing backyard football, Ben DiNucci right now would be the last guy picked. It's horrible. He's horrible. He is. He's horrible. Bottom line, here it is. And I'll let you guys go. We got a whole bunch of questions still. And unfortunately, they will not be answered until we see Tampa Bay. There are no more preseason games. We're not going to know how well this offense really looks. We're not going to know how well this defensive team is really going to be. Derek, you came in. Noop, you came in. That's exactly what I said. What preseason taught us, this preseason at least, is how bad our guys have to stay healthy. Because if these guys go down, we in trouble. And some of y'all Cowboy fans gonna get mad at me talking about you. If you don't like your team, and I know I'm being extremely optimistic. I'm being extremely factual. I'm being extremely neutral. And I'm also using some common sense. It's really that simple. It's certain guys on this team has to stay healthy for us to be competitive. Put it that way. It's certain guys on this team that they have to stay healthy for us to even have somewhat of a chance. Exactly. And so here's what here's what we about to find out. On week 1, it really is going to be an experiment. I realize they're going to I realize all of them will be practicing for these next 2 weeks. I realize that. Of course, some of that is going to make the timing a whole lot better. I get that. But they have not played a real game yet. And I'm just going to go and tell you, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is not a team that you need to be experimenting with, trying to figure stuff out. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, that's not the right team to be doing that. These guys are going to be ready to play. Did y'all see Tampa Bay last night? Did y'all see that? Does it look like they're struggling? Does there a certain type of display that you're seeing? Did you see Tampa last night? Did you see how well they moved the ball? Did you see Brady do the 3-step drop? Ball was gone. Ball was gone. Knew where he was going with the ball. Spread everybody out. He just picked everybody apart. I'm just saying, we don't know if we look like that or not. We don't know. I'm not saying we don't, and I'm not saying we do. We just don't know because we haven't seen them. We ain't seen Ezekiel Elliott yet. We ain't seen Dak yet. We ain't seen the Lion yet. We ain't seen Blake Jarwin yet. We ain't seen nothing. I mean, your guess is just as good as mine. Derek said, I think Dak needed some snaps. Seeing some snaps on at least 1 or 2 series today. That's what I was hoping to see today. He ain't seen actions week 4 last year, but that's Jerry Jones' $100 million investment. Yeah. We've seen over the years, once you really think about it, guys that are coming off injury, it takes time to get game speed timing back. It takes time. It just don't happen, immediately. So, I mean, these guys are not built like that. But hopefully the next 2 weeks will take a lot of that down. The only thing McCarthy can do is crank these practices up. I'm quite sure it's going to be plenty of first-team defense against first-team offense. That needs to be incredibly intense. That needs to be incredibly, very competitive. Borderline fighting. That's what I'm talking about. Because that's about the only real game speed you're going to get. Dak, the only thing that shouldn't happen, I need Ezekiel Elliott to take a few pops in practice. He ain't been hit yet. And I know how physical he is. I know he's ready to play. I still need his shoulder pads to get popped a little bit. Unfortunately, we don't need that with Dak. Dak can't be sacked and all that kind of stuff. We saving him and letting Tampa Bay get the first cracks at him. But I agree with you, Derek. No, by no question about it. I would have liked to see Dak play at least once a couple series. No question. Maybe not today. I would like to see it last week. I know he wasn't going to get nothing today because you didn't want to take the chance because the starters weren't going to play. He wasn't going to play, with no second string lineman in the first place. And the first team offense O-line was not going to play in the first place. So, it's best that he does sit out. But in practice this week and next week, preparing for Tampa, you got 2 weeks. These practices better be just about as close to game time speed as possible. I'm talking about all out. And if guys get hurt in practice, so be it. I hate to say that, but the offensive line, like for instance, considering the fact that Lyle Collins, if he plays, and Tyron Smith, who really ain't played much at all, really, they need to find out They need to get all of DeMarcus Lawrence, and they need to get all of Randy Gregory. Why? Because when they play Tampa, Shaq Barrett will be on one side, and Pierre Paul will be on the other. I need DeMarcus Lawrence and Randy Gregory to baptize Tyron Smith and Lyle Collins into bring them up to game speed. I need them to put as much pressure as possible. I need them to, because they ain't played all preseason. So we got some guys that's going to give some problems. Here's another thing what I need. I need Diggs on Amari Cooper the whole practice. Why? Because Diggs is our best corner. I need the best corner on our best receiver. Why? Because Cooper ain't played. I need Diggs to press him, put his hands on him, sling him, hold him, do whatever else he got to do. I need him to get all that in because Tampa, I don't need Cooper's first initial contact to be against Tampa Bay, and you got to get used to it. I need full intensity in these practices coming up. I need it. I need it. I'm serious. I need it. I need the defense. I gotta have it. I need Dak to get up to the line, change the play. I need him to take a full advantage of Michael Parsons' aggressiveness. Because you can rest assured, Tom Brady is gonna take advantage. He's gonna fool him. It's gonna be a play action fake here. Gonna suck him in. Gonna be wide open in the middle. I need that this week. I need Michael Parsons to see play action this week. Next week, too. That's what Brady's going to do. Miller going to be wide open because we already know our guy's going to be aggressive. Parsons going to be aggressive, plus he's rookie. Please understand Brady is going to take advantage of that. Speaking of Brady, did y'all hear what Michael Irvin said? That Brady told him at the Hall of Fame induction? He stopped Michael Irvin and instead told Michael Irvin, because Michael Irvin said it on the broadcast, told him, said, you know I'm going to tear your boys up this year, don't you? That's what Brady said. That's what Brady said. Brady told Michael Irvin, you know I'm going to tear you guys up this year, right? You know it's coming, right? I'm putting just a little bit on top of that, but you did y'all hear what Tom, you know that sound like Brady. You know Brady got a serious attitude problem, which I love. I love is the dog in him. Brady got dog in him. But he told Michael Irvin. And he knew that Michael Irvin was going to pass it on. He knew it. That's why he told him. As meticulous and as strategic as Tom Brady is, he knew that Michael Irvin was going to run his mouth and tell everybody on that team, and then he put it on national TV today. He said, Brady told him, I'm going to tear you guys up, right? Huh? Look. I don't care what y'all think about Brady. Brady is a stone killer. Now, if you ain't figured that out in these 20 years, something wrong with you. Brady is a born killer. No doubt about it. The best they ever do it. He is. And please understand, these guys, look, you better be ready. Tampa is not the team you need to be experimenting on. Same thing on the offensive end. Look, I only thing I'm going to say is this. I hope that there's a tremendous difference, and I believe it is, between what we've seen in the preseason and what we're getting ready to see against Tampa. Because, unfortunately, I think Coach Breedlove came in. Coach Breedlove saying he's seeing the same things, if I'm not mistaken. Coach Breedlove, here he is. Look at the comment Coach Breedlove said. He said he just tuned in, but we were horrible. They seem like we got the same problems. And I've been trying to prepare y'all. I know y'all got optimism. I know y'all do. I understand. But I've been trying to prepare y'all. Y'all getting all hype about the offense, and rightfully so. I asked y'all Who's our offensive coordinator? That's all. That's all I ask you. Is it the same offensive coordinator we done had the last couple of years? That's all I had to ask you. Is it still Kellen Moore? Oh, okay. Okay. And in fairness to Kellen Moore, I don't like him, but in fairness to him, I don't know what his play calling gonna be like. It's vanilla. I get it, vanilla play calling. I don't know if he's had an epiphany where all of a sudden he saw the light. I don't know if he finally gonna run the ball a lot, or I don't know. I would figure that he gonna line Dak up in his shotgun, gonna throw the ball over 35 times a game and do that. I that's what I would figure, but we don't know. We don't know quite yet. Even though I'm using common sense, we don't know. We don't know. Okay, in fairness to him, maybe he studied his red zone deficiencies over the off season, and maybe he's gotten better. I don't know. But one thing about it, we getting ready to find out. It's over, y'all. It is no more running. It's no more running. There's no hiding. It's showtime. Oh, it's showtime now. It's showtime. I won't be this subdue in about another week and a half. I'll be talking trash. I'm still sticking with my original premise, saying that we're going to win the game. I think that Tampa, even though what I saw last night, I thought that Tampa is probably going to come out a little flat. And I think that we possibly are going to be cooking. As crazy as it may sound, I think that we're going to come out cooking. I hope we do. I think that's what's going to happen. And nobody will be expecting. I think Tampa going to come out a little flat because Brady has not seen this type of speed before. But what I saw Brady do last night, speed wouldn't have made a difference because he got the ball out so quick. His jersey was just as white as it was like it was in pregame. I don't think nobody touched him all night long. The ball was out quick. I'm talking about the 3-step drop. Bam, gone. He threw a couple long passes. Nobody was near him. You would figure that Gregory and Lawrence are probably going to get near him. But if we talking about this 3-step drop, short passes and stuff like that, then, what can you do? And then if you use your cornerbacks to come up and jam him, and I'm thinking football strategy now. I'm thinking football strategy. Well, let me see. Coach done said something. What coach say? Watching the game today, the Jaguars went tight bunch. We covered, excuse me, number 2 and had the corner at 8-on-1, but nowhere near 3. Jaguars threw a quick screen to number 3, easy first down. Never seen a lineup like that on tight trips. Yeah, and coach, you can rest assured, Tampa, you might see that with Tampa. One thing about Bruce Arians, he adds on to his playbook. They don't have no problem stealing plays from everybody else. They see you got a problem with it. And we all know Brady loved bubble screens in the first place. So, come on now. I'm just going football strategy, and some of you guys know the game. So, since Brady, if y'all saw the highlights, y'all saw Brady getting it out quick. And it was a timing type offense. So the way you knock your timing off is that you jam the receivers, okay? That means you get up on them. But do you really trust Anthony Brown, Nashawn Wright, Boss Man Fat to jam Antonio Brown, Mike Evans? Pick your choice. Do you really trust that? Because you do realize that, come on now. I mean, if you're having a tight cover two, then I get the jam. If you got a safety over the top, I get that. But if we're talking about going man to man, and Brady was spreading guys out, where you really had, well, I mean, a lot of them went man to man. Cade McDonald, hey, Cade, appreciate you popping in on me. Cade said, put these young bucks out there and see what happens. Cade, the only thing that I will say to you is this. It all depends on what scheme you're running. If we're going man, playing man on these receivers, we're going to get destroyed. I've seen enough from Nashawn Wright to know he'll give up big plays. I've seen enough from Boss Man Fat to say that he's going to give up big plays. Andy Brown, of course, will give up big plays. We can't go man. We're going to have to go mix. We're going to have to mix it up real good. You just can't give Brady one defense. You got to do it all against him. You got to do it all. So it all depends on what scheme you're playing. I don't have no problem with the young bucks out there, to be honest with you, but how are you playing it? If we're doing what hey, Coach Breedlove, exactly. I was just about to say it, Coach Breedlove. Dan Quinn is known for cover three, so I would suppose, why don't they play some cover three against trips and cover two single side? You could do that, Coach, but I just don't know if Coach Quinn really calls that. It could be done, no question. And that's actually, that's the perfect defense against it, to be honest with you. It limits the big gigantic play from that formation. If you did what you, Coach Breedlove, let me put this comment up. Coach Breedlove, that is the perfect coverage. That I like that because my mind is working now. It would eliminate the big play. You still probably end up giving some yards, but it shouldn't be, because back time the pursuit come in, the backside should be on the way. And the problem, 9 times out of 10, you wouldn't even throw to that cover two side anyway. I like it, Coach. I like it. I like it. I really do. But I don't know if he exactly. And to be honest with you, if we are running cover three and cover two, Coach, then we better be good defensive tackle wise. Because I promise you, Brady don't mind handing the ball off. See, one thing about Brady, he'll throw it 20 times and say, hey, and give it and run the ball. So, we going to get tested all type of ways. If you ran it like that, our defensive tackles better be, we can't have it like last year, or Ronald Jones and Fournette will have both 100 yards apiece. They would. If we can't stop the run. Because if we're going to line up and cover three and give us some type of disguise of a cover two, please understand, Brady's just going to check out that play, going to hand it to Ronald Jones, going to take his chances, and Fournette. And if we ain't stopping them, we're going to be in real trouble. Real trouble. Blowout type trouble. That's what I'm talking about. So, Cade, I like what you're saying about the young bucks playing. And he said Kennedy needs to be the number 3. No, Kennedy shouldn't be the number 3, Cade, because Jordan Lewis should be. Jordan Lewis should be the slot. He's best there. Jordan Lewis should be the slot. I would, hey, Cade, I'm not knocking you, but I would even argue based off what what we done seen from Kennedy, and despite whoever the quarterback was, throwing all these interceptions during the preseason, in practice, it probably was DiNucci throwing. That's why Kennedy got so many interceptions. But regardless of the fact, you still got to make the play. There's an argument that could be made that Kennedy should be our other star in the corner. Nobody likes Anthony Brown. Nobody. I got a feeling that's going to be the star in the corner, though. Nobody likes him. Boss man fat. It's just something about Brady seeing a rookie over there that just scared me. Ain't no sense in me lying about it. I don't care if you running the zone with boss man fat. I just can't. I just can't. It's something about Brady. Yeah, and see everybody talking. You know, Brady done seen every defense the world has to offer. He done seen all pros. You know, he done went against Champ Bailey. He done went against Ed Reed. He done went against every Pro Bowl cornerback you can think of. So seeing Boss Man Fat will not scare him at all. Give me a break. And matter of fact, it might light his eyes up if he see Boss Man Fat over there starting. Matter of fact, it really don't make no difference. If you see Anthony Brown over there, his eyes gonna light up. If you see Nashawn, his eyes gonna light up. Boss Man, Kennedy, whoever. Brady eyes gonna light up. Cade says earlier that he said opinion are report that Jordan Lewis has had the worst camp. Well, if that is the case, Jordan Lewis is a baller, and he'll be ready. One thing we know about Jordan in game time, he's legit. I'm not trying to make excuse for him or whatever. I'm just saying, and when it's live and it counts, Jordan Lewis shows up. That's the only thing I'm gonna say about that. Kennedy has had the best camp out of all the cornerbacks powerful days. I agree with you 100%, Cade. I agree. But let's just be truthful. You know, I said this yesterday on the show, on my show yesterday. The shame part is going to be is some of our guys' skill set won't be used properly because a lot of them going to be playing special teams. I think Cox will play a whole lot coming up, but he's going to be on special teams too. I bet you candidate. Let's look at our cornerbacks and help me out, Kate, since you threw that out. Our first cornerback, of course, is Diggs, right? My money is saying Anthony Brown is going to be the other starter. That's 2. Jordan Lewis is going to be the 3, my opinion. Nashawn Wright. Oh, well, I'm sorry. Pick your choice. Either Nashawn Wright or Boss Man Fat. That's 4. And the other one would be number 5. That's 5 cornerbacks right there off the top. Where's Kennedy going to be at? They're not putting Kennedy above Jordan Lewis or Diggs or Anthony Brown. I hate to say that. And are you really going to put him above Nashawn Wright or Boss Man Fat, Kevin Joseph? I mean, and I'm saying I'm in the total agreement with you that Kennedy has had a super camp. But and because of that, I believe that he's going to make the team, actually. But what is he going to do? And so his skill sets would be used strictly on special teams. We won't get to see him. Coach Breedlove talking ball. Y'all help Coach Breedlove here. I'm going to answer the question, and y'all, I'm Coach Breedlove, and I'm going to just take over the show here. Coach says, what adjustments do you think the Bucs would make if we played 2 3s at DT and 5 and 7 D and let the linebackers handle the A gaps? Well, Coach, you're on absolutely. I think you just gave part of the game plan away because anybody who knows playing against Tom Brady, the goal for Brady is in passing is to get him off his spot. And the way that you've always done that, 2 things Brady's had a problem with in his career. Whenever there's a front 4 that can get in there by themselves, you can drop the other 7 back. And that is always giving Brady a problem. When you have a dominant front 4 that can cause problems, you can do that. The other thing that's giving Brady problems is when you blitz up the A gap. And that is designed to flush him outside where he can't set his feet. That's always giving Brady's problems. So I think you're absolutely right about blitzing up the middle, which is what we've been practicing anyway. We've seen Jalen Smith. We've seen uh, uh, Parsons blitz up the middle. We've seen it. I guarantee you that's going to happen. But keep in mind, Brady will be in shotgun, and he ain't holding on the ball anyway. However, it's just going to be interesting to see how well what Dan Quinn is going to do. I will say this. Yeah, exactly. That Brady's not agile. Everybody knows about Brady, Michael Evans. That's exactly right there. Everybody knows that if Brady has his feet set, he will destroy you. We've seen it for 20 years now. There's no question about that. Brady, however, is not agile. He's not a good quarterback throwing the ball, on the run or something like that. That's just not him. He can slide in the pocket real great. His feet are great in the pocket when the trash is around him. We've seen all that. But if Brady gets off his spot, you can cause some damage. That's hopefully what we can do. But it all depends on this. Let me throw this in. Now, I understand Brady won the game. I understand Brady won this game. However, Dan Quinn in the Super Bowl with Atlanta had the Patriots down 28-3. Now, whatever Dan Quinn did right then, he may need to go back to that tape and figure out what did he do to keep Brady down for a whole half. What did he do to slow him down? What did he do? What was the scheme? Because whatever it was, it worked. I know when he lost the game, I understand Brady came back and they were playing off and all that kind of stuff, and they scored quick. I get it. But he figured out something. He figured out something. He need to go back to that tape. Look at that first half. And we might need to, we all as fans, y'all, because I got some real Cowboy fans and one like to study. We may need to go find that Super Bowl and let's just see what did Dan Quinn and what did they do to get the Patriots who were scoring at will in that season? What did he do to shut them down like that? Whatever that was, we may need to implement some of that coming up 2 weeks from now. Because Brady is running his same offense from New England. He's running the same offense. They also need to get somebody home from the backside with a big outside rush. Well, Mike, that's where we're praying to God that D-Law some kind of way turns back into somewhat of D-Law. That's the only thing I'm saying from a pass rush perspective. I need more than 5 sacks. I need straight up havoc. If he's not getting to the quarterback, I need him to be so close that it make Brady throw the ball a little early or make him just slightly inaccurate or something. I got to have from D-Law. Gregory's going to get in there. But like I said before, Mike, if you saw the highlights from yesterday with Tampa, Brady ain't holding on to football. It's a 3-step drop. That ball is gone. That ball is gone, man. And somebody was open. Yeah. Exactly. Coach Breelove says, I'm sorry, Kay says, I hope Wright could take Canada's spot halfway through the season. I believe Boss Man Fat is going to be our second cornerback eventually. I just don't want him out there the first game of the year. I believe that you're right. I believe all this. I don't want rookies out there against Brady. I'm sorry. And some of y'all are going to say, I'm giving him too much respect. He's earned that. He's earned that from me. I don't want rookies out there against Tom Brady. Now, if you tell me Justin Herbert the next week, okay, fine. Not against Brady, though. I'm sorry. I done seen it for years. I'm sorry. I don't want Brady looking over there and seeing a bunch of rookies over there. I'm sorry. That's me. Diggs is a second-year player. I mean, he got to go somewhere. I mean, I just can't. I can't do it. I don't want Mike Evans having 170 yards on the first day. I just don't. I don't want Antonio Brown all of a sudden finding the youth and all of a sudden get a 100-yard game himself. We ain't talking about the tight end. I mean, O.J. Howard come back this year. My God. I mean, come on now. Gronk is back. So you can imagine this 2 tight end set with Howard out there. I mean, we talking about Mike Evans and Brown. Lord have mercy. O.J. Howard is back. And just in case y'all forgot who O.J. Howard is, Lord, come on now. What's up, Jay? I already kind of hit on it, Jay, but I ain't feeling good about it. I don't think here's what I feel about the quarterback situation, Jay. Dak better not get hurt. That's how I feel about it. Because if he gets hurt, we're in trouble. Again. We didn't solidify it. What we have is not, Cooper Rush, We are talented, Kevin. We are. It's just that no, you good, Jay. You good. I'm glad you popped in on me though, brother. It's really all about the scheme. One thing we know about Brady is he's not going to hold on the ball. So if he's not holding on the ball, that kind of slightly eliminates pass rush. That's the part where Brady ain't taking no 5-step drops and 7-step drops. That's not what he does. Brady, you line up in that shotgun and that ball is gone in less than 2 seconds. You ain't getting to the quarterback in 2 seconds. So your scheme has to be tremendously on point because if it's open, Brady's going to find them. I mean, but we got 2 weeks. We got 2 weeks. That's the only thing I'm going to say. We got 2 weeks. And our offense don't have time for experimenting and 3 and outs and all that kind of stuff. You can't give Brady all these possessions. If we going, the thing would be is to obviously is to be a time possession type offense. But again, I'm gonna say this. I said it yesterday. I'm gonna say it again. Y'all do realize who we playing, right? Y'all do realize that this defense was number 1 in the league against the run for the last 2 years. Number 1 against the run. They still got the same players. Now, they're a year older, but Dominican Sue still is strong. Vita Vea is still reckless. Shaq Barrett is still Shaq Barrett. Pierre Paul is still tremendous. I look, I ain't even got to appreciate you, coach. I ain't even talking about Levante David and Devin White. My God, though. I'm calling names of monsters. So I don't know about this running the ball stuff. I don't know. I don't know. All I'm saying is we don't know. So don't get discouraged, but don't get too hype either. Because we ain't seen the offense yet. We haven't really seen all the defense yet. We haven't seen it. So I can't make the judgment. I'm just saying this is the wrong team to be experimenting against. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers is not the first team you want to see when your guys ain't played all year. I wish we could have seen Tampa just a little bit later. But I unfortunately, they first. Mike Evans, Quinn has to outsmart Brady and make the players play. Oh, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it would be Mike, but what if the run is not successful? That's the thing. You can run it, but what if you ain't getting nothing from it? You hand the ball to Zeke and it's second and first down and it's second down and 9. And you already know Kellen Moore going to give up on it. You know that. So, second down, you say we were trying to establish a run. We give it to Zeke again. Okay, now it's third down and 7 because Zeke got 2 yards. 3rd and 7. Everybody know you passing now. Kellen Moore ain't never been committed to no run. We know that. So come on now. I'm just saying, but at the same time, it's a new year, and maybe he's had an epiphany. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he's had a change. I don't know. But here's one thing for sure. We getting ready to find out, aren't we? We getting ready to find out. Because it's over with now. All the analysis of off season, all the Facebook fights, all the critical analysis, all that, it's over now. It's over. All the armchair quarterbacks like me and all the armchair quarterbacks like you, we done said it all. We done looked at it from every angle. We done played the if game and the what if and all. We done all of it. It's showtime now. All roads lead to Tampa, Florida. All roads lead to it. And I'm quite sure the guys will be as ready as possible. They're about to crank this thing up in practice. They're getting ready to crank this thing up in practice. It's about to happen. I'm talking about, I can see it now because we got to come out strong. Practice is about to be lit. Now, I believe that. Practice is about to be lit these next couple weeks. I'm talking about practice is about to get real intense because they know they got to be ready. All right, that's enough. Y'all gonna enjoy the rest of Saturday. I had to come on today. This is not usually my day, but I had to come on after the game and say my little piece. I wasn't gonna save it for Tuesday night. I'll continue some of this on Tuesday. You know what? I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do because I think some of this is gonna come into play. I'm really interested, and like I said before, I know Brady won the Super Bowl against Atlanta, but Dan Quinn was the coach, and he had his hands in that defense. And at one point in that game, at halftime, or the third quarter, at the third quarter, Dan Quinn had the New England Patriots down 28-3. I know Brady came back and won. I know it. I get it. But to shut down that offense for 3 quarters, yeah, I'm about to go look at that. I'm about to pull that game up and go look at that. I want to see what was he doing to shut down that offense. I only have 3 points right at 3 quarters. And we got that deep, and we have that coach as our defensive coordinator. And since we playing Brady first off, and since they running the New England Patriot offense, yeah, we may need to look at that tape and see what was going on. See if the personnel kind of match our personnel. See what's going on. See how we do that. You shut down Brady like that for a while. That's unheard of. I mean, I know he won. I'm gonna say it again, but it's worth looking at. What were you doing to frustrate that team like that? That's what we need to find out. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go back and look at that Super Bowl game and see if I can see something. I'm quite sure Dan Quinn already has a notebook on Tom Brady already. Seattle. He already has a book on Brady. He already knows what works and what don't work. He already knows. I'm just saying it for me. I would like to know. Quinn knows how to play Brady. He already knows. So it just ain't gonna be blitz, 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 blitz. Tom Brady done seen blitz, blitz, blitz for 20 years. Please, he went against Baltimore Raven, Ray Lewis led defense. He saw blitzes. Come on now. He went against the Colts defense back in the day with Freeney and the other guy on the others, Robin Mathis, and all those guys. He saw all that. Come on now. He saw the Raider teams. There's nothing that you don't intimidate Brady with a blitz. You don't. He's seen it all. He's seen it all. But you got to confuse him. You got to figure out how to do it. And Quinn, I think, knows how to do that a little bit. So I'm done. I'll see you guys on Tuesday at I think 7:30. I might be 7. It's either gonna probably be 7:30 because my son has football practice, and if it's not 7, it'll be 7:30. I'll put it out for you guys to see. I appreciate you hanging with me so much since I'm here. Listen, if you want to contribute or want to follow me or want to contribute to the podcast, it's real simple. There's several ways you can do that. There it is there. Type that in to your browser right there, the Big Time Show 3 at supercast.tech. That's all you have to do. And make a decision. You can follow me there and make a decision. You can support the podcast that way. If you're on Podbean, there's a button there as you're looking at me that says become a patron. All you have to do is click that and make a decision again and follow me that way. If you don't want to, that's cool. I'm just glad that you guys decided to join me. I never usually don't put this out, but there's my Cash App. Podbean, my Cash App is simply $ the Big Time Show. It's real simple. $ the Big Time Show. If you want to do it that way, that's fine. If not, it's cool. I ain't got no problem with it. I appreciate you guys hanging with me for this hour. I had to come on. This is not usually my day, but I had to do it. And just say, hey, it's over with now. We got to go to work. There's nothing else to talk about. Preseason is over. It's showtime now. All right. I'll see you guys Tuesday here again at the Big Time Show. Come on, clap your hands. Miss Ty, can you hear that? Can you hear that? Is it playing? Tell me if you hear it playing. No? Maybe not. Come on, clap your hands anyway, Pod. I ain't going to leave you hanging. Here it come. Yeah. Clap your hands, everybody. Woo! Yeah. Y'all might well clap it, yeah. You might as well. You might as well clap. Yeah. See you Tuesday, 7:30 or 7. It's the Big Time Show. Woo! Never, Miss Ty. We would never clap for the San Francisco 49ers. I'm out.